No matter who the host is, we're going to have you covered right here on Falcons Today. So make sure that you guys are subscribed. We've got over 36,000 diehard Atlanta Falcons fans already subbed to the channel, and you guys could be next. Welcome into Falcons Today. It's your boy Petey 2.0 rocking with you guys on this fine Saturday. So happy you guys are with us. On today's show, we're going to be going over OTAs, winners, and losers. Now, before I give out my winners and losers, I want to give a little bit of a warning, a little bit of a disclaimer, okay? These practices are voluntary. So if we're being real, if we're being candid, if we're being honest, there aren't really any losers, okay? But for the sake of this segment, we got to pick some guys who have come out of these past couple practices a little bit better and some who have come out a little bit worse. And also, before you get down to the comments and say, Joey, how could you be saying this person's a loser? They're so much better than you will ever be at football. I'm not saying I'm better than them. I'm not saying they suck. I'm just saying the past couple days of practice, the past week of OTAs, things are looking a little bit on the more grim side than on the positive. Well, let's start on a positive, shall we? How about my first winner? That is Michael Penix Jr., of course, the QB1 of this such esteemed franchise. So excited to watch this guy play in 2025, to be the starter for the entirety of the year. Raheem Morris just had glowing things to say about the quarterback. He's finding his voice. As you know, when you take over that quarterback spot, there's a certain humility about playing the position. And then it becomes a certain confidence about playing the position. I definitely like his approach. I like his open mindset. I like his ability to go out there and really get the guys going every day. I like his ability to sit back and debrief on those things when you ask him those questions. I like his ability to really figure it out and how he wants to do it better with each individual part of his group, whether it be the team or whether it just be the offense. He's a really conscientious young man, and that just is something I see him growing in every single day. And Penix's confidence is growing every single day. And this is something that we knew in the pre-draft process. There was one thing that nobody bashed Michael Penix on, was his leadership. Everybody knew that coming out of Washington, this guy, if he was anything, it's the fact that he's a leader of men. So the fact that he's taking over the reins of this team, growing confident in himself each and every day through each and every practice, that's just wonderful for Atlanta, okay? And this is the first year. What I'm really excited about is that first year is going through OTAs as the starter, which will help with the chemistry between the entire offense, the communication, and the receivers and pass catchers especially, right? He got a lot of practice at the end of that last season. Got a lot of run at the end of that last season. I think it's going to help him in 2025, but these reps that he's getting in OTAs, they're invaluable, okay? Now, let's go a little bit on the negative side. How about Troy Andersen, the linebacker? He's my first loser of today's episode, and one of the reasons he's a loser is because he was absent from OTA activities. And we all know that injuries have really bitten Troy over the past couple of seasons, whether it was the shoulder in 2023 or the knee one from last year. Let's hear what Terran Wack had to say about the linebackers. Divine Diablo stood out alongside fellow inside linebacker Caden Ellis. Diablo even broke up a pass from Penix, intended for London. Ellis applauded to move after practice. Will McFadden noted Diablo could be an underrated ad. And right now, Troy Andersen is sitting in that spot above Divine, but if Divine keeps practicing the way he is, and Troy Andersen keeps being absent the way he was, then at one point, it's kind of, not ridiculous to maybe suggest and predict that Diablo is the guy that wins the job over Andersen. What's the best ability? It's the most cliche phrase. Every single dad over the age of 40 has said this before, but the best ability is availability. And right now, Divine Diablo has that over Troy Andersen. And if that continues to mount, and if that continues to be the case over the next couple of months and on into training camp, this job will be his. I need you guys to sound off in the comment section for me. Who is your OTA winner so far? I gave you Michael Penix. We're about to give you another one, but I want your answer in the comment section. So my second winner, let's talk rookies and let's talk Bralen Trice, sticking a little bit with the linebackers. Honestly, we're going to be pretty much on the defensive side for the entirety of this next winner. And Bralen Trice is a guy who I've got a lot of excitement and a lot of expectation about this next season, okay? Even though he's still recovering from that ACL tear, which Terry Wack has a little bit more on. Said Trice is still recovering from the torn ACL he sustained last year. Head coach Raheem Morris said training camp would be a realistic goal for the second-year player. He's at the point where he's out there with our PT, Morris said. I don't want to misstep with my words. He is with him most of the time. He's doing a couple things on the side. He's doing a lot of the running things, but definitely not the full category yet, if we're doing some of those things. So he's working his way back. And because of that, I expect a really big impact from Trice in 2025, okay? I think that it's a positive. I know it sounds a little bit hypocritical, like Trey Andersen wasn't on the field, we're saying that's a negative. Trice wasn't on the field, we're saying that's a positive. But in Trice's case, he's coming back from an ACL tear, and the fact that they're saying by training camp he's probably going to be a full go is phenomenal. He's going to have a really big impact on this defense. He's going to have a really big impact on his team, and if he can just get fully healthy, he's going to be scary in 2025. Now let's talk rookies, because this winter was a two-parter, Trice and the rookies. Both Jalen Walker and Billy Bowman Jr. got reps with the ones. They were the only rookies to do so. However, even though all 5 rookies were showing up and were practicing, which is great, but still, those 2 guys, obviously you invested high draft picks in them. Obviously, you're really excited and really expectant of them in 2025. It's great to see that the coaching staff already sees what we've all seen in them for the past couple of months. Make sure that you guys are subscribed, okay? We got one more loser for you guys, but this is exactly why you do it, okay? If you want to subscribe to The Athletic, we get it. That's $72 a year. But you could subscribe here today, right now. And guess what? It is 100% free. We give you the most insightful, the most entertaining, and daily coverage of your favorite team. So lock us in right now by subscribing. And while you guys are over there by the comment section, make sure to peek in there. Find chatsports.com/Falcon sale where you can get this long sleeve t-shirt for $19 off, right? Almost $20 off. Salute to Service t-shirt. You know, salute to the veterans. We all enjoyed remembering those who have served and died for us on Monday. So thankful for everybody who has served in the military. You can support them, support us, and support Fanatics by going to chatsports.com/Falcon sale. That link's in the comments and description of today's video. Alrighty, the loser is Kirk Cousins. And I had to do it. You can't not put Kirk Cousins on this list, and I know. Everybody's probably a little bit tired of talking Kirk Cousins. I am a little bit as well, but like if you're talking losers, he's got to be on this because he's his own loser at this point. Just how everything has shaken out over the last, year or so, it's just like, I'm just so curious to see where he's going to end up. He's got a couple of destinations that are keeping their eye on him, the Pittsburgh Steelers and New Orleans Saints, and honestly, that third slot is most likely just going to be the first team that has a quarterback injured. They're probably going to end up picking him up. And I'll tell you this right now, he's not going to go to the Saints. Tyler Shuck is impressing. I think they want to get younger. They got Spencer Rattler in that room as well. They just were really happy to get off the contract and off the player that was Derek Carr. They're not going to add another injured, old, expensive vet to that lineup. It's just like, they're not going to do that, okay? And sure, he gave you some good things last year, but let's be real. This franchise, this team is in a better position because he's not on it. Okay? This team is in a better position because they're going younger. So I don't see the Saints being a realistic option. I think the most, I don't want to say the most realistic option, but I do think a realistic option is Aaron Rodgers just absolutely screws the Steelers, ends up retiring, and they go ahead and say, you know what, let's just run it with Kirk Cousins. Okay? If he doesn't get traded to the Steelers, he'll get traded to the first team that loses their starting quarterback. So it's either the Steelers because Aaron Rodgers screws them, or some team gets hurt, trade him away, he can go join them. I want to know, okay? Make sure you let me know in the comments section, who is your OTA loser? I gave you my winners. I gave you my losers. Now it's your turn to do so in the comment section. And while you're down there, you're going to see a big red button that says subscribe on it. Bet you won't press it, okay? I dare you to. Make sure to join us. Again, Really, really, really appreciative of everybody who's still watching. And if you like the content, lock us in today.